Okay, guys, at this point, I don't know, but then me personally, this wager task, for the fact that they failed the wager task, is just enough for me, guys. It is not, as I said in my previous video, guys, it is not from the worst perspective, or it is not from the worst position, guys, but then I just wanted these housemates to lose the task. You know, there is all these housemates who are not taking this task like seriously. They were so reluctant, guys. They were all, like the HOH would call some of these people, and literally everybody, some would remain in the kitchen cooking, others at this side, others at that side. Literally, they did not give this wager task time, or they did not take it so serious, guys. As I said in my previous video, guys, I wanted them to lose this task, and thank God they lost the task. At least this time, they'll maybe at least they'll take the next wager task like so seriously, because at this point I'm like, what is, literally these people, from the dress code to the interpretation of the wager task to everything was literally the worst. Everything was, like, they went astray. These people did not even I don't know, but I don't know whether I should say understand the task or interpret the task, or did not give it, did not give it time to understand, so that they could maybe join their heads. Because what I saw, everybody wanted to speak, and everybody wanted to make sure his or her idea is the best, and it should be the taken idea. At this point, I'm like, you're supposed to work together. You're supposed to work as a team. What they did not do. Thank God, thank Big Brother, because they failed this task. At this point, after Big Brother mentioning like they failed the task, the next thing in my heart or in my head was, okay, what about the food? What are these people going to do about the food? Because the way these people are fighting over food all the time, that every fight was almost about food. And okay, what are they even going to do about the food issue? Because every time they fight, every time there is a fight, it is about food. Every time there is some argument, it's about food. So at this point, I'm like, okay, they lost the wager task. What are they even going to do? And Big Brother, please, I really pray you do not feel pity for these people. Even when there are very many in the house, I feel like they deserved the loss. Because tell me, it was this time to, practice or rehearsal the wager, even when already the interpretation was wrong. Some of these people were reluctant, others in the kitchen, others that doing, like, they are really not willing to participate. And some of them think just because their idea was not taken, they felt like, okay, it is no longer my business, they should do whatever they do, since they're, I'm like, So at this point, I'm asking myself, do they know that if they fail, it affects all of them? Or they feel like if they fail, it only affects some of them? Guys, First of all, the way they dressed wasn't matching the theme of the task at all. It wasn't giving, literally, these housemates, I don't know whether it is because of the first week, or whether they did not want to do whatever they would do. It wasn't giving, guys. That is the biggest thing I can say. The wager task was the worst. The way they dressed was the worst. And the way they were, acting and everything on stage was the worst. At this point, even when I wanted them to fail, I really wanted them to give a proper presentation. At least it is the first wager task of the season. Give us something nice. When you give us something nice in the very first week, we shall be eager to wait for the next task. But then you're already failing this. You're already giving us the worst performance. What do you literally think? Do you think we're even going to wait for the next task? We're already demotivated. We already feel like, okay, what are they even going to bring the next wager task? Anyway, that was it. They failed the task from the beginning up to the end. Everything was, like a loss. And I don't know why, but then there is a way Big Brother knew, there is a way Big Brother knew these people are going to fail this task. Because remember, there is a way he told these people, to write papers, like small papers. Maybe you write the easiest way you could describe yourself, or like unmask yourself, put it in writing, and maybe take it to, like these papers were dropped in a bottle, like in a container, guys. So at the end, when they were done, that was what something they were supposed to play, I would say. You pick a paper, you read the description of the person, and maybe, so these other people were supposed to, like guess the person, like guess the housemate. In case they guessed, because the guessing was taking it was 3 times, guys. So in case they guessed right, this person would go to the stage and unmask themselves. In case they guessed it wrong, definitely this person was supposed to stay. So I'm like, okay, at least Big Brother put up something that would maybe, like cheer up the situation, because I already feel like Big Brother already knew these people had the wrong interpretation of the task, and like he had to put up something to cheer us, the viewers, up. So in these people that were reading the descriptions, it was Gigi. The paper that Gigi read had something like, oh, I'm the one who has been messing up with your things, and I stay amongst you. I'm the one who has been messing up with your things, and you cannot catch me because I am 2 steps ahead of you. Like, come catch me if you can. I'm like, could this be Big Brother who was trying to stir this up, or maybe Big Brother sent a housemate to write specifically that type of note? But then at the same time, when I heard something like that these people Big Brother has been calling in the diary room, and like they have not been giving us what exactly was taking place. Me personally, I really feel like it is one housemate that was sent by Big Brother. And there is a way people were misunderstanding, like I could say misinterpreting Emisi. But then at the end of this, you would write one paper and they were saying, oh, that could be Emisi. But then remember, Emisi had already unmasked herself. So they were like, okay, it is now Ortega. I'm like, guys, what is really happening? You guessed 3 times, you failed, you're out. Anyway, guys, so all this happening and losing their wager task, these people had to go back to the house. Already Big Brother was not okay with it, like like Big Brother sent them back to the house. So when they reach the house, all of them are now in the like in their emotions, and everyone is trying to blame the HOH. I'm like, okay, why would you even blame the HOH when actually you people did not even want to participate? Oh, for those people who wanted to participate, for those who felt like their idea wasn't bought, they felt like they should now back down, like go with the flow, like everybody. Then there is this Sabrina girl. There is all this Sabrina was, like she was going around just because they said she was also part of the reason as why they lost this wager task. So she decided to go around telling people how the HOH was the problem. Like the HOH made the decision for this wager task, or the HOH thinks like all he listens to respond, he doesn't listen to understand. And I'm like, okay, Sabrina, what is even going on? She went ahead to say, oh, Big Brother picked a topic that was not supposed, a topic that is not for Nigerians, and he gave it to Nigerians. I'm like, okay, madam, if you feel that is the reason, or if you feel like that wasn't right, definitely you described yourself as someone who is more like you're not Nigerian, literally you and Gigi. I'm like, okay, why didn't you even help these people? Why didn't you come out to say, oh, this is the way it is supposed to be done? No, because at this point we are considering you Nigerian. At least if you think you are not, come up. Like literally I was expecting Sabrina to say something, but then for you having to wait for you to fail the wager task and you come out like you're busy, it sounded like you were like Sabrina was defending herself, because at this point she's going to everyone talking about, oh, like she's busy blaming the HOH JJ. She's busy saying, oh, it is JJ's problem, or JJ this, or they like you already failed. And at this point I did not expect anyone to blame the head of house, because whatever he was doing, he was trying to prepare you people. Maybe that is what he thought. And there is this Ortega guy. Ortega guy was like, oh, I talked about it, I kept on talking about it, I kept on like, you already lost. If you felt like yours was right, you would, like, I really feel like he or she, sorry, Ortega, yeah, it's a he, would have stood his ground. Like he would have insisted, like, guys, this is what it means, or this is what. And also Sabrina I remember Sabrina said Ortega is he's a local guy who reads so much. I'm like, okay, Madam, the madam who is not so local, who doesn't read so much. How come you did not like have the idea? How come you did not interpret the task in the rightful way? So at this point, everybody's blaming them, like the HOH. I'm like, okay, the HOH after the voyage just went to sleep. He just went to rest because, guys, it was, like when you're HOH and you lose, definitely you feel like it is all on you. And having to see also these people trying to blame him, it made the situation worse, guys. It made everything worse. He's already blaming himself for the failure. And also these housemates are also trying to be like, okay, this. It was only this girl who stood up for the HOH. Is it Tracy? It was Tracy who asked these people, okay, you people are blaming JJ. If it was you, like, put yourselves in his shoes. If it was you, what were you going to do that would change? Or what were you going to do that was better? Or what were you going to do that would make you win by that task? And I'm like, that is a very good question, because already these people were there. They did not do anything. So do they think they would have done something different if they were the heads of house? Because it wasn't making sense at this point. Because if they felt like the ideas were right, they would have stood on their toes and insisted, like, please, this is the meaning, please, this is this. And I don't like the way Sabrina was behaving, like trying to blame the head of house because she was all moving around. And there was also this point where she kept on, like going to everybody. At this point, she wants to talk to everybody so that all these people would change and feel like the HOH was the bad person or was to blame for their failure for the head of house. I don't know whether it is Sabrina's strategy, because I've seen her do it the most. Every time there is an issue, or every time she gets an issue with anybody or anything happens, she will go around all these housemates, like talking one-on-one, and she would insert herself in anything to make sure she brings up something. Already they lost that task, and I was happy, guys. I wouldn't lie that I wasn't happy. I was happy because the way these people fight for food, I just want to see how they're going to survive this week without this plenty food, without all this. Please, big brother, do not feel pity for these people. Just do as usual. You fail, you get less items in the house. So at this point, I want to see how they're going to handle the week, because I want to see if they can at least, utilize the little they have, because they would have been fighting for food even when they had the food in plenty. It is too much. So about this this game, I don't know whether it was, as I'm supposed to call it, a game, or whether it was part of the task, where Gigi picked that paper. Just as I mentioned, there is a way, there was this conversation between it was between Roboy and Sabrina. So Roboy was talking to Sabrina and trying to say he doesn't like the way people used him to victimize other people, and he was talking about he literally forgot. He was drilling, like he forgot literally why he's in the house, and he forgot like these people can easily use him like as a strategy, because he said they used him to victimize Emisi, and like after that they also used him. He said first he was used to victimize Emisi, like he was supposed to confront Emisi to confirm if it was the truth. And after that, after realizing that Emisi was already unmasked, they started using him so that he could victimize Ortega. At this point, I'm like, it is true, dude, it is true. These people could be using you. These people could do anything because all of you are here for money. So, you already know. So at this point, if you feel like it is it, why don't you also change the game? Use them. Why you like do not allow to be used? Just change the game and use them. If that would be fair, or if it would move smoothly with him. So guys, going ahead, the wager is done. It is a loss. It is a loss. I hope they focus on the next wager. I hope this time it is. And guys, I don't know why, but I want Daenerys to be the head of house for the next week, because the way he was blaming the head of house, the way he was putting all the blame on JJ, I really want him to be the head of house and maybe feel that, feel that way the head of house feels, or the way I want him to win this head of house and be able to help out in this task or be able to lead these people into this task, so that he could feel that, like, I even don't know how, because Denari was the one ranting like, oh, he was too much. He was ranting like, oh, the head of house JJ is the reason as to why they failed this task. And inside me, I'm like, okay, I want him to win the head of house and lead these people. Maybe he thinks it is easy, or maybe he thinks it's just a walkover. But dude, no, that is not the issue. That is not the issue, because it is so hard. You leading people you do not know, it is something different. So guys, leaving all that aside, they already lost. It is okay, and it was fine with me because I wanted them to lose. So maybe they could learn, okay, now this is a game, this is competition. This is, like, maybe losing would tune them up, like would awake them, like tell them, oh, this is it. This is the way we're supposed to do. Maybe they've been relaxed. I'm probably sure they'll have, like, to wake up at this point and know they are here for competition. So guys, leaving all that aside, the failures, we go on with the show. So let's talk about Dede. So today, Dede was busy bragging about her man. Dede was saying, oh, my man is worker. Like, I remember Dede was having a conversation with Mide, but I don't know why it felt like Mide was interrogating Dede, though. Not like it was a smooth conversation. I think Dede did not have any problem sharing with Mide. So, like, Mide was asking Dede, like, how do you feel about being here and your man is watching? Like, how, like, she was so, like, how do you even feel, like, you having to know, like, oh, what do you think is doing outside there? Like, literally. So Dede was like, oh, I think my husband, like, sorry, husband, my man, like, literally, they're still in a serious relationship. And she was like, oh, I know my man is working. I'm like, anyway, we don't know her man. I was like, oh, my husband. Why do I even keep saying husband? My man. I say that they are more of friends. Like, they are really, really good friends with her man. Like, they are friends. And she went ahead to say, oh, he's a workaholic person. He's a doctor. He owns an app. He owns a farm. I'm like, okay, girl. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. I see you. I see the money. I see the money. And so that was literally like bragging about her man being so workaholic, all this. And me, they went ahead to say, would you allow your man to come to Big Brother? And I'm like, and she was like, no. Inside me, I was like, okay, if you wouldn't allow, then how come he's okay with you coming to Big Brother? She's like, oh, it is not all about being insecure. It comes with, I'm like, if this is not insecurity, what is this? She's talking about, oh, you may be scared. I'm like, I feel like you having to be scared, it also comes with this insecurity part. Anyway, that was the day bragging about her mom. And guys, I'm super, super happy that these people lost their wager. I don't know why, but then I feel like they'll now wake up and maybe stop the funny fights about food and maybe focus on what they are here to do. Maybe they'll focus on the competition. They'll focus on the money, which is the reason they are in Big Brother's house. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. I love you so much. See you in the next video.